got a very special discussion lined up. If we can just quickly bring up the case for a chat on why we wanted to have this milk discussion, because you've seen what's going on with milk prices. There have been agitations all across the country as well play out. So let's bring on board right now and talk about why farmers are halting milk supply amid this price crash and whether or not we're looking at a supply glut in the milk market. Sodhi, the MD at Amul, joins us on the show right now. Mr. Sodhi, morning. Thanks so much for taking time out, sir. Now, you know, Amul was formed way back in 1946.
Good morning.
From a similar crisis, I would say, that we're facing today,
Yes.
that of extremely low milk prices. But given that farmers are reporting to protests and resorting to, you know, dharnas all across the country, emptying tankers on the road, do you believe the crisis is way more severe that is being reported? What is the on-ground situation, sir?
Let me tell you, as far as crisis is concerned, farmers are really at loss because in most of the states where cooperatives are not very strong, leave aside Gujarat or Karnataka or Rajasthan, where cooperatives are strong, farmers are getting much lower price of milk what they used to get in even 2014 or 15. And for this, I don't think there are any local factors responsible. This is basically because of recessionary trend in global commodity prices. I give you example, in 2014, world price for skim milk powder was $5,000, around 300 rupees kg, which has reduced today to $1,800, which is 120 rupees. So every year, whatever surplus used to be there, India used to export. Like 2014, we exported around 1 lakh ton skim milk powder. But last 2 years, because of lower global skim milk powder prices, India is not able to export. So that surplus has created this recessionary trend in the prices. And like in Gujarat, we are able to pay to the farmers because whatever milk we are collecting, 90% is converting to value-added form. But states like Maharashtra, where cooperatives are not so strong and whatever private dairies are there, they are basically in commodity business. So when they are making powder, they are selling 130 or 140 rupees. So naturally, they are not able to pay more than 16 or 17 rupees for a liter of milk. So this is the problem. And it is not only in Maharashtra, lower prices are being, farmers are getting Punjab, UP, some parts of Haryana or other parts of India.
Two quick follow-up questions, I'll blend them into one. First, how exactly is the average price determined by Amul? Is it based on a fixed formula or is it based on demand? And B, I understand that global commodity prices have come down, but the global demand is also increasing. You know, the value added product which average Indian is consuming, from ice cream to creams, from you know, dahi to buttermilk, that also is increasing. So how come that is not getting captured?
Okay, let me first answer your second question. There is no reduction in demand or increase in production. Demand is also increasing, so is the production. So there is no mismatch. And as far as demand for value-added products is concerned, let me tell you, whatever milk is produced, 80–85% goes for as fresh milk. People consume fresh pasteurized milk. Balance goes for various value-added products which you are mentioning. So firstly, you have to meet the demand of liquid pasteurized milk. So that is the thing. So what I am saying, it is not because of consumption has reduced. Consumption is growing. In fact, for last 2 years, when there is no price increase of milk or milk products, consumption is increasing in the volume basis double digit. So that is good. But problem is only and only market sentiments. You see, in India right now, if you see all cooperatives put together, the total stock of skim milk powder is around 1.5 lakh ton, which is not even 1% of India's milk production. But all this is happening because of bad sentiments. So what is needed is to improve the market sentiments. And the first question about what price Amul is paying, you see, Amul is owned by the farmers, 3.6 million farmers. So our pricing formula is very simple. What we get from the consumer after meeting all the expenses, balance is being paid to the farmers. Nothing is kept in between. We are not like private corporates or multinationals who will try to buy milk at lowest price, which everybody is trying today, and try to sell price finished product highest price and keeping maximum gross profit. So all corporate, leave aside Amul, whether you talk Nandini, you talk Verka, you talk Saras in Rajasthan, everybody is trying to pass maximum share of consumer rupee to the farmer.
Right, Mr. Sodhi, we understand that players in the organized as well as cooperative space like yourself has still been able to hold the line in terms of pricing for farmers. But the problem arising with smaller players is reducing the procurement prices. So how does one kind of deal with that situation and correct the problem?
See, I think based on whatever experience I have got of dairy industry, there are 3-4 things which can be done, which has been done in the past also. First is, whatever extra stock of commodities are there, if some agency can do buffer stocking, and the quantity is not much, investments are not much, and once a buffer stock is done, naturally price will go up, and then gradually it can be released so that farmers can get good price for the milk. Because once the commodity price increases for skim milk powder suppose from 140 rupees to 200 rupees kg, naturally all players, even private players, will start buying milk at higher price, so farmers will get 5 to 6 rupees per litre more. And second, I think to increase the consumption, what we can request government is that in midday meal in the various states, they can add milk also, consumption can increase by that also. Third is how to increase the export. See, world over skim milk powder is traded, a total quantity traded is around 23 lakh tons per annum. What we needed is just export of 1 lakh ton. So already government of India announced incentive schemes of 10% under MEIS, that whatever we export, that 10%, but I think if we increase to 20%, immediately exports will happen, and whatever problem we are facing today, it will be taken care.
Okay, so then how does the future look, when it comes to the demand supply scenario, you think for, the essential products that you offer? Where will the alpha come in terms of revenue generation? Because it's been a consistent performance and the demand environment has been fairly robust. But how do you see the big bump up in revenues?
I think whatever is happening today, there is an opportunity in the future. Because of practically no price increase last 2 years, consumption is increasing, so demand is increasing. So when demand is increasing, farmers will be able to produce more and consumption will happen local. So future is good. What is required to take care of the current crisis, which is maximum will be for next 6 to 8 months. So it is good that consumption is increasing and we are not able to increase the prices. So revenue growth will be there. I mean, in dairies, when it's a top line growth, everybody will get. Like in Amul also, will be getting 14-15% growth. So is true for most of the dairy companies. The consumption is increasing.
Okay, Mr. Sodhi, it's shameful to see the way how milk and milk cartons are getting destroyed on the roads by the milk producers. I mean, there has to be a middle path. We talk about, we've got more hungry stomachs in India, and this kind of an wastage is certainly very, very sad to see. I mean, there is a way to do business, and I'm sure there's a middle part to it rather than destroying a precious commodity like milk. Okay, appreciate your time, sir. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a break.